Everyone, here in the car, I figured that once in my life, just once in my life, I need to make a video where I'm sitting in the car, right? Is that like a requirement or something? This is actually cool. You can kind of see what is it, through the skylight. Woo. Anyway, I just thought I'd make a short video, pop on and make a short video because I was just down at Cosmos Records. COSMOS, Cosmos Records. And, it's a rainy day in Toronto. I guess what I'm trying to say is I have to be in the right frame of mind to go to Cosmos Records. There's actually two Cosmos Records. There's one on Queen Street West, which is kind of a mix of records. And there's one just off of Queen Street it's still called Cosmos, but I think it's called like West Cosmos or Cosmos West. And if you Google Cosmos Records, they often appear in the top 100 record stores in the world, right? And whenever I meet a new person from the States who's from the US who's really into jazz records, they'll be like, "Oh, you live in Toronto. Wow, you must go down to Cosmos Records a lot." Right? So it's a really well-known store. It's a really well-known store for jazz and funk and to a lesser degree, kind of Brazilian LPs. So I don't know if you can tell, but it's an awful day here in Toronto. It's raining. It's pretty miserable. And anyway, I didn't have anything else to do, so I thought, okay, I'm going to head down to Cosmos. Now, the reason why I'm exhaling, I don't know if let me try that again. And I thought I'd head down to Cosmos. And the reason why I'm kind of hamming it up is that their prices are nuts. It's just one of those stores where you just kind of shake your head, right? And it's run by one guy. He's almost always there. Maybe he has one or two people helping him out. If he's not there, he's digging down in the States, right? It has a whole network of buyers. In fact, if you Google Cosmos Records, maybe buyers or something like that, or Google it on or search on YouTube, you'll see they have a really interesting video. And the video is about this, again, how this guy here, the owner of Cosmos, how he finds people in the States and how he pays them basically to dig. And so there's all these videos of kind of his crew here, there, and everywhere in the US, and these small towns, whatever, going into garages and bins, whatever, just collecting, all this stuff, right? So it's a machine. The place is like it's like a machine, but you go in there and everything is like, I'm going to say, at least, I think at best, 20% above the highest price on Discogs, like for everything. So a lot of stuff is, particularly if it's, Coltrane or, well-known Impulse Blue Note LPs and artists, they're all, sorry, let me get rid of that. They're all, hey guys, I'm on my phone, so I'm just gonna, maybe I'll just wave and say hi to a few people. But they're all like 20% over the prices. So yeah, so everything's like $100, 100 Canadian dollars. So you walk in there and everything is 100 Canadian dollars, maybe 80. And so it's a strange store because I never buy anything there. And I used to go there because I found it to be almost like a museum, right? I'm going to say about 5 years ago, you could go in there, and I'm not exaggerating, you could find anything. You could find any kind of jazz. And all the bins throughout the store would be absolutely full. And he'd had some other, kind of peripheral bins here and there. And then, he'd have a, whole pile of stuff in the back, and you could just see it was just teeming, with good stuff, right? And I think it's interesting because just over the last 5 years, it's starting to get, smaller and smaller. The collection is smaller and smaller. There's open bins now where there never was before. There's more rock in there. The funk selection is shrunk. The Brazilian selection is shrunk. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, why did I go down there? I went down there today partly because I wanted to talk to the owner about how he thinks this kind of trade war with the states is going to impact his business. Unfortunately, there were a couple of people in there, and he was in a big conversation with a couple of people. So I hung around, and yeah, right. Who are these people? Don't you have anything else to do? Who are these people who comment? Go do something else. Go do something else. Don't listen to me. Stop watching me. Definitely stop commenting. Anyway, I'm distracted now. So what was I saying? So I wasn't able to talk to him. So I wasn't able to check it out, right? Because what I'm wondering is, like, no, I don't need a moderator. I'm on my phone. I'm ranting. So I'm just wondering, like, how long? Yeah, absolutely, Michael. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna rant, and if you don't like it, fuck off. Go somewhere else. How long can you have this business model, right? Where basically you treat all of the locals like shit, right? you know, you know, how long can you do that, right? And moreover, how do you go into a store and broach that topic, and broach that topic with someone, right? It's like, how do you go into a store and say your business model sucks, for locals? I don't think you can really do that. I don't think that's something that kind of naturally flows off the tongue. But yeah, feel free to drop me a note and tell me how you would approach. Like, how do you approach, or do you just not bother? Anyway, you can tell this store kind of rubs me the wrong way. Honestly, I don't give two shits about 99% of the stores here in Toronto. Even if they're cheap, they're good, they're bad, they're expensive, whatever, I don't care. But there's just something kind of nuts about the store, just the overprices. And I've tried to haggle with this guy in the past, right? And he's just not having it. He's just sticking to these prices. And the weird thing is, the prices are even expensive for Americans who are coming up here. They're just nuts. Anyway, okay, now that I've offended everyone, let me scroll through and see what's going on. There's someone pretending to be Last Man here. Wow, that's really interesting. Greg, whatever happened to Sam the Record Man? Hey, that's a cool story. Bruno Mars. Wow, that's really funny. Yeah, of course I'm fucking, complaining about prices, Michael. No, I'm complaining about the store. And I'm complaining about the store and how everyone in the US always says, wow, you're so lucky. You have Cosmos. It's one of the top stores in the world. No, I'm not lucky. The store is like a mile from my house, and I go there once a year, and it gets me this wound up. So anyway, Bruno Mars. Greg, whatever happened to Sam the Record Man? That's a really good... Fucking Michael, stop whining. Okay, I'll come back around to that one. But whatever happened to Sam the Record Man? So Sam the Record Man, for those of you who don't know, used to be a record chain. One of the biggest record chains in Canada. And I think they're all closed now, aren't they? Bruno, do you know? Bruno Mars, do you know? But more importantly for me, they used to have a store right around the corner from my office on Yonge Street, right downtown Toronto. And I used to actually stop in there every morning before I went to my office and got a coffee from there, because they used to have like a coffee and donut special for like $1.99 or something. And more importantly, again, if you Google Sam the Record Man's in Toronto, they have this amazing neon sign in the shape of an album with grooves in it too, like Sam the Record Man over top of it, and these kind of white neon grooves on this big red background. So it used to really pop out. Anyway, so actually my university where I work, which used to be or still is right next to where the Sam the Record Man used to be, bought the building, and there was a huge outcry from all the hipsters and the Michael 45 types, in Toronto, and saying, "Oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do with this sign? This is like an icon." Um, this is an icon of Toronto, of not just kind of retailing or even record retailing in Toronto, but it's just one of these iconic signs in Toronto. So my university decided, in all its wisdom, that when they paid to knock down the building to put up I think it's like a student center or something there now. It's actually a nice building. That they promised the city of Toronto, that they would put up, that they would keep the, not just keep the sign actually, that they would refurbish the sign and then put it up on one of our new buildings at the university. This is at Toronto Metropolitan University where I work. Used to be called Ryerson University. And years passed, and still no sign of the sign. And then finally, people started asking questions, and the university said, "Yes, it's coming. We're putting up at the top of the building." But the problem is, in the end, they put this giant Sam the Record Man sign, this wonderful, huge. It's got to be like, God knows how big, 50 feet by 50 feet at the least, at least. And they put it on the top of the building. That's kind of hidden, so you don't even notice it. It's one of those things that if someone were to point it out, you'd be like, when did they put that thing up there? So the big icon of record stores in Canada, or definitely in Toronto, is kind of on top of one of my university buildings where no one can see it. Boom, there you go. There's the story of Sam the Record Man. Rich is here. Who else is here? What a surprise. M45 is trolling again. Michael's a good guy. I like Michael. He's just sticking it to me as usual. What else here? Star Power. I don't know how these people. Presumably the store will close down very soon, as no one will pay the high prices he charges. No, the place it continues. I don't know. I don't know why did I even start this stream today. Okay, last one. Whatever. Go somewhere else, man. Really. Blah 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 blah. Michael, are you insane, Mark? Yeah, probably. I'm gonna drink. Steve E says, I'm gonna drink your beer now. Okay, whatever. Hey, Paul, how's it going? What else we got going on here? Hey, Paul, are you in Chicago? I thought I saw some signs. Some pictures from Chicago. Dusty Groove. I think I saw one of your pictures from Dusty Groove. Oop. From Dusty Groove, which I used to order from, but of course we're boycotting the States, so I only order from Japan now. What else we got here? Bruno Mars. That's really bad. You got to change your name anyway. Is that Stunty? I think someone's saying it's Stunty. When is your documentary out? What the documentary? Fuck documentaries. Breakfast King of Loyola, Madison. That used to be a really great university there, and I think all the people in my field in film and media kind of got pushed out, I think, over the years, and it's kind of, I think the Republicans got in there and just started to shit everywhere, and everyone left. There's my summary of University of Wisconsin-Madison. I'm on a roll here. Okay, what else we got here? Actually, really, whatever. Michael, what are you talking about? Like the state you are in DHCs? I don't know. I think you've got like fat thumb syndrome going on there, Michael. Anyway, so listen, I think I'm going to head over to a couple other stores in the West End of Toronto. One is a store that has a lot of DJ action in it, so there may be some music that's spinning. I love this. Alcoholic Ass Man here is giving me recommendation. Delete your channel. Yeah, yeah, right. Sure thing, Ass Man. Close down the documentary page on IMDb. What else? What else should I do? Keep on going. You're talking to the wrong person because it's not me. No, but what else should I do? I should delete my channel, close down the documentary page. Actually, you know what? I'm so useless that I probably couldn't even figure out how to close down the documentary page on IMDb. Those things are really difficult. No, I'm not joking. They're fucking difficult to deal with. Anyway, why should I close down? Why should I close down my page? What's wrong with it? You haven't even seen the documentary yet. After you see the documentary, you can shit fry me all you like. Send all your weirdness, send all your critiques, send all your love, hate, and misery my way. I'm looking forward to it. But you know what? Why don't you just wait till the film comes out? Jesus. Talk about something else. You should stop broadcasting from your car like Tokyo Brian. You should stop being an ass face. How about that? Ignore the haters. I know, but they're fun, Rich. They're kind of fun. Anyway, Roger Ebert would have hated the documentary. That's actually pretty funny. He probably would. You know what? You guys, all the VC types, troller types, whatever, YouTubers, you're all gonna hate it. It's not for you. The film is not for you. Get over it before it even comes out. In fact, you're not allowed to see it. You're blocked from seeing it. You're banned from seeing it. I'm gonna ban you all from seeing it. So there you go. Anything else? No, really. You're not allowed to see it. I'm gonna put it behind a paywall. I'm gonna pull a Cosmos Records. I'm gonna put it behind a paywall, and have what, like $100 if you want to see this crazy ass documentary about Rachel's ghost. If you're like so wound up about it, you can pay me $100. In fact, anyone wants to see it right now, because I have a rough cut, you can pay me $100 and I'll send it to you. But you're not going to, because who would pay $100? It's not worth $100. Holy smokes. People riding their bikes on a shitty day. The film is for Rachel and Sue. No one else cares. Okay, I'm gonna stop reading this guy. Rachel. No, I don't think Rachel and Sue care either. Actually, ass man. Yeah, I don't think they care either. I think the only person who cares is the ass man here. So Paul's saying, I can wait, or do you mean you can't wait? I think what you meant to say was, you can't wait to see it. You know, but you could send me $100 plus goods and services tax. Anyway, to see the rough cut. Maybe I should do that. Do a little fundraiser showing the crappy version of the film. Anyway. What else do we got here? Okay, Ass Man is just on a roll, so someone else needs to jump in. But how much did you spend in travel costs? What, is this the IRS or something? How much did you spend in travel costs and accommodation while traveling to see Rachel and Sue? How much did I spend? Why do you care? Honestly, why do you care how much money I spent? Does that really matter? Don't you care about like the narrative structure of the film that I'm making or something? The aesthetic choices that I've made, you know? Curious. I don't know. Tell me how much you think. How much? Why is it? What? How much you think I was spending? I traveled from Toronto. Google it, man. Google Air Canada Toronto to Vancouver. That's how much I spent. Who cares? It's a 5.5 hour flight. Um, Whatever. That's boring. You're being boring. French Vinyl Addict. Hey, how you doing, Romero? What else is going on? Anyone else have anything for me? If not, does anyone want to come up? I don't know how to use this fucking thing. Plus, I'm in the car, so I don't, making a documentary about the making of the documentary, about the making of Rachel's show. Well, it sounds like someone is actually listening to my podcast, you know. So, anyway. Sure thing, Rich. Okay, so what else? What else is happening today? Actually, last night I saw there's some good jazz shows that are happening these days. Hi, it's just me. Guys giving me a good long stare. Don't you love people who walk down the middle of the road? You know, Toronto is a city, unlike in the States. Toronto is a city that has sidewalks everywhere, and then you just have these people who walk in the middle of the road. I found that really, really bizarre. There he goes. I think it's like a COVID hangover, you know, where people used to just whatever, not want to get anywhere close to anywhere else. So yeah, so jazz, some good jazz shows coming up. Saw a show last night that the Japanese Cultural Association kind of put on. A number of bands. There's a really interesting kind of club that's just in my neighborhood. It's called a Transac. I think it stands for something. Transac. Anyway. And it looks like all the weirdo free jazz people have kind of taken over the programming. Before it used to be kind of a folk club. It's basically, well, it still is, or maybe it's become even more so a place where you go and listen to music that's painful. Here comes another person walking down the street. What the fuck? Hi. Sidewalk. No? Oh no, she's getting in her car. That's why. Why? So anyway, yeah, it used to be really painful, earnest, super painful, earnest folk music. And now it's super painful, free jazz music. It's getting all freaky here. Anyway, Rich, what are you saying? Any new record store videos in the works? I know, those are the videos that I really like to make, my kind of jazz tourism. This guy's like backing up. It's like the distraction corner of the universe here. Yeah, just keep on going backwards up a one-way street. That's cool. But and so I started the videos doing kind of Google Maps. I don't know if you like those, Rich. I kind of like them because it kind of pulled on my memory, and then also I really like playing with Google Maps. And when I go somewhere, I always go to Google Maps and search around where the record stores are and breweries and fun places like that, right? So, so it seemed to be kind of natural, right, to make videos of different places that I've visited, and kind of show people on the map where I went and where the stores are, how close they are to each other, places you can stop along the way. So that I really enjoyed doing that. And then I went on a big trip last fall. A lot of falls I tend to go on research trips, and so that's when I was in places like Stockholm and where else, Slovenia and the UK and whatnot. But yeah, thanks, Rich. Yeah. The Paris ones, the London ones were great because I was there for a good like 3 weeks, and I'll be there again in when am I going to be there? In September. But and in June I'm going to pack up, and I'm going to be living in France for at least a year. I think at least a year. Might move to Japan after that. We'll see. That's my plan. I'll definitely be doing a video of stores in Lyon, which is just down the road from where I'll be living. And where else? Paris. I think that one that I did in Paris was pretty comprehensive, right? So I don't know if there's that many other stores that I haven't been to. So I'm not, so I probably won't make another video about Paris. I don't know, but if you have any ideas or any new places, Paris, I don't. It just doesn't seem like Paris is a place where a lot of new stores open, and if they are new stores, they are, those kind of highly curated ones, right? Um, and overpriced, highly curated, kind of hipster, overpriced stores, and those are the ones that I tend to avoid. I'm more interested in the kind of dirty digging kind of stores. That sounded kind of rude, didn't it? Dirty digging. Oh God. So Rich, where are you? Are you in Paris or London? Anyway, send me a DM or something, or the Jazz Tourist. That's a good place to get in touch with me. If you want to get in touch with me, send me a note on the Jazz Tourist Instagram account. Because when I go to London, I'm usually there for work, if that's where you're talking about, Rich. And I usually take kind of Fridays off or Friday afternoons off. The stores tend to be opened a little later too in London, which is great. All right, so I can work straight up till. Okay, great. Yeah, Rich, hit me up. I usually stay over on the East End. I usually do quite a bit of research in some of the financial libraries and archives, which are, where are they? It's a bit of a dead zone, actually, oddly. Kind of near London School of Economics on the other side, whatever that part of town is called. So I tend to stick around. All right. Steve is saying nice live stream. Is that my brother, Steve? If that's you, then put a comment in like the rest of the losers here. I'm in a really foul mood today, aren't I? Okay, so Rich, definitely hit me up. The Dalston, Hackney. I love the record stores. Those are the great ones. No one talks about those too. You watch everyone's videos. Very few people, not no one, but very few people talk about the record stores on the east side of London. It's all about the kind of the West End, the Berwick Street stuff. That stuff is boring. It's, Steve E, I wonder who that is, says your Victoria, BC video was great. It was the greatest, isn't it? So those of you who are followers, who are intrigued, who find British Columbia to be an intriguing place. Anyway, check out my my video when I drove around Victoria. There's actually some pretty compelling moments in that video that have hidden messages that have actually played out in real life. So go back and watch. Everyone go back and watch the video of me and my brother driving around downtown Victoria, checking out the record stores, and you will see the future. If you like in the past. Steve E says the guy in the video was very handsome. Yes, well, thank you, Steve E. Rich, Atlantis, and Tome. Yeah. Tome, Tome. Again, this is in Hackney, right, on the East End of London. Tome, I've been in. I would say every second time I've been in Tome, it's just excellent, right? Like last time I was in there was a whole bunch of original Impulses, and what else? Some good early grunge and original UK pressings, 480 pressings and stuff like that. So, and the prices there, and for London too, the prices there are excellent, right? I don't know if you'd agree, Rich, but I just found the prices to be really good. And Atlantis is a little bit on the north side of Hackney, the kind of the high street in Hackney, and it's owned by these two guys. One's really short, and one's super tall. So they kind of look like they should have like a BBC show or something. Really interesting guys. They're very well known. I don't know their names, but every time I go in there, they're always chatting me up. The one fellow, the short guy, used to be in the band. Do you remember the name, Rich? Do you know the name of the band he used to be in? But whatever his band was, they did play, and he said, "Oh, where are you from?" I'm from Toronto. I said, "Oh yeah, my band played in Toronto a couple times." And I ended up sitting there for like 2 hours chatting to the guy about. We went and sat out front. There's like a coffee machine in there, isn't there? So we went and sat down and bought some albums. It was super great. Like made him an offer on like 4 albums. He even dropped it lower than my offer. Super nice. I think he just wanted to chat. It was one of those beautiful kind of spring days. Sat outside, and yeah, he was telling me all about. Yeah, I was here's where our band played, and uh, and he was saying, yeah, isn't there a radio jazz radio store? Sorry, a jazz radio station just around the corner. And I said, yeah, that's actually used to be in my building, in a university building. And on the top floor of my building, it's only a small building, maybe about three stories. Jazz FM, and periodically I still find jazz LPs around town with Jazz FM written on them. Anyway, Stunt Rock Confusion is going live. Is it that time? Oh yeah, I think Stunty is trying to make some money for his trip to Den Bosch, right? So I'm probably gonna hop off soon, especially because I'm done rabbiting on and yabbering on about Cosmos Records. Oh, he's running late. Okay, so I can yammer on a little bit more. So yeah, should I wrap up the Cosmos Records? Anyway, tell me if anyone's here who've been to Cosmos. I think I need to bring some people together actually on a stream. I need to get this out of my system. Some people who live in Toronto who go to Cosmos, and we need to have like a dirty laundry airing, right? Like what's your take on it? How have you ever bought anything from another? How do they maintain their business? With stickers for $100 for $45 LPs. Someone please explain it to me. No. Okay, folks. So where am I gonna go? I'm gonna go over to Dundas West Street. There's a store there, and I can't remember the name of the store, but it's kind of funny because it's in like a head shop. You know what I mean, like a pot shop. So you gotta kind of wade your hey Dave, you gotta wade your way through all the stoners. And no, literally, there've been times where I've been in the store before where I'm kind of like elbowing these people who are just like raking a pot. They're all up there buying bongs and what have you. And in the back of the store, it's one of those kind of shared spaces, right? In the back of the store is a guy who's got a bunch of stuff, some things on the walls, and maybe I'll take a picture and I'll upload it. I'll do a short of it and upload it later. It's 4:43 right now here in Toronto, so I should probably jet off because it might close at 6. So anyway, hope you guys had fun. Sorry if I yelled at you. I was yelling at you, wasn't I? I was yelling at everyone. And yeah, go over and see Stunty. I probably won't be there, but feel free to drop a note saying Greg says hi, and good luck, Stunty, with your fundraiser. And yeah, I'm thinking about doing a telethon. Should I do a telethon? I'm waiting on some grants for the film. All right. Okay, folks. I can't drive and talk at the same time. So good to see everyone. Take care, everyone.